thank you for tuning in. I've got absolutely loads of books to show you in this whole video that I've been sent and that I've bought from various places. I've also got quite a lot of spooky merchandise to show, and at the end of the video I've got a signed hardcover to give away, so if you stay tuned till then I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So first I'm going to show you the creepy merchandise that I've picked up lately. I put in an order from Sinister Signs, which is a company that I've really wanted to order something from for a while, and the first thing I ordered was these witch's claws. You can buy them individually. Of course I had to go for the pair because I thought they'd really look nice paired together. I went for black glitter. They're 3D printed, so you can get them in different sizes, different colours, and I just absolutely love these, and they look great pairs with books and on bookshelves, and they make this sort of satisfying noise as well for some reason. They also sell Sinister Signs, as you can imagine, from a company called Sinister Signs. So I went for a Bates Motel one, and they do ones for various other horror locations too, but I thought that one was fun. And they do 3D printed bookmarks. I really like this Fear Street logo one. Also got one of these for a friend, so hope she doesn't watch this. She can really guess who she is if she does. Next up, I saw this half price in a card shop, so I couldn't resist this lovely Jack and Sally figurine. I think it's a Disney Traditions showcase collection. I thought that's a really nice one to go on my shelves. Next up, when I was looking for the witch's claws, I couldn't remember what the company name was, so I was doing a bit of googling, and as I stumbled upon this demon claw bookmark. So I'm just going to show you in a copy of a book what it looks like. So I love how it looks like there's a demon crawling out of the book, so it's perfect if you want to display a spooky book on Instagram or something. I thought it was really nice. I got it from Amazon. I don't know where else they're available. Next, I discovered book sleeves. I know that I've known what book sleeves were for a while, but I didn't realise how much I liked them until I put in a couple of orders. So this one, I blame the Cozy Book Company because look at this gorgeous design. I love how 3D it looks. They also threw in a free fabric bookmark. This one really comfortably fits a hardcover. They're so nicely made. They come in all different designs, so I'd highly recommend you checking this company out. And next, I think the other company is called Lo and Behold. I will link in the description to them. They are an Etsy shop, and I saw this on somebody else's Instagram and I had to have it. I like the cute little button on this one, and I'm assuming you can see from the print it's an It one based on a Stephen King book, and I also got a cute little Kindle one as well. So really nice. I'm looking forward to using these book sleeves when I take my books on my travels with me. Next up, we've got the notebook part of the haul. I discovered a company called the Pyramid International Art Group. They do these really fun movie themed ones. So this one isn't mine, it's the Goonies one, so I'm not going to open it. I bought this one for my husband, and it looks honestly like a Goonies case. And then these two I bought for myself, so I will take them out. We've got Beetlejuice. I love how they come with, so designed exterior, designed notebook to look like the VHS. Nice little details inside, and they'll come with stickers too, so it's really cool. I'll just show you the next one I bought. And next we have a Nightmare on Elm Street one. So again, you get the VHS and full interior. And I think there were some stickers in this one somewhere, or they've fallen out. Next, yes, I have a notebook buying problem as well as a book buying problem, I know, but this is a Hobbit one. Look, just look at it. EMP really knows me because whenever I go on Instagram I get adverts for EMP, and this came up and I just thought it was really gorgeous, so I treated myself again. So this month the books, I've been sent a few from publishers. I've purchased quite a few. I kind of blame Reading Sprints for this one because people are always recommending books to me on there, and I can't resist. If somebody whose reading taste I trust recommends a book for me, then I have to go for it. So this one is a book for research for Mina and the Cult, the third Mina book. I saw that a book club online, I can't remember the name of it actually, was reading this one, and I missed the book club read, but I thought I would check it out, so I'm going to put that to one side so I remember to read that one soon. Now we've got, the books are all in a mixture at this point, so I'll just go through them one at a time and tell you where I got them from. So this one, I thought I'd received all of the Ultimate Storyteller Stephen King's, and then this one turned up that I'd ordered from somewhere. I've been trying to get these new covers. Desperation is not one that I'm particularly familiar with, but I've just read the blurb and it sounds really good. It says, "Welcome to Desperation, once a thriving copper mining town in the middle of the Nevada desert. Desperation is now eerily abandoned. It's the last place that travellers like the Carver family and writer Johnny Marinville would expect to be stopped. But Desperation still has a local cop, a unique regulator who patrols the wilderness highway. The secrets buried in Desperation are as terrifying as the forces summoned to encounter them. A terrifying transformation is taking place, and the travellers will soon discover the true meaning of desperation." I mean, I know this is Stephen King, so I shouldn't be surprised, but how good does that sound? And I love the cover of that one too. So next, this one was a cover title, author by. It's just, you know, sometimes you see something and you're like, oh yes, I just need it for all those reasons. This summer is going to get gory. 2 years ago, a small percentage of the population underwent a transformation known as the hollowing. Those affected were only able to survive by consuming human flesh. The people who went without quickly became feral, turning on their friends and family. Luckily, scientists were able to create a synthetic version of human meat that would satisfy their hunger. As a result, humanity slowly began to return to normal. Cut to Zoe, Celeste, Valeria and Jasmine, 4 hollow girls living in Southern California. As a last hurrah for graduation, they attend a music festival in the middle of the desert. They have a cooler filled with seltzer vodka and sin flesh and are ready to party. On the first night of the festival, Val goes feral and ends up killing and eating a boy in one of the bands. As other festival guests start disappearing around them, the girls soon discover someone is targeting people like them. If they can't figure out how to stop it, and soon no one at the festival is getting out alive. I just, you know, when you're reading a blurb and you think everything about this just screams, I need to read it. So I'm going to put that one to one side as one to read really soon. This one, it came up in a sprint. I think Lizzie from Bombadil's Bookish Things. I'm really sorry if I've got your channel name wrong, Lizzie. My memory is absolutely terrible. I'll link it in the description if I remember. Lizzie recommended this, Even As We Break. It is a YA thriller. It says on the back, it was never just a game. 5 friends go to a cabin, 4 of them hiding secrets. 3 years of history binds them. 2 are doomed from the start. 1 wants to end this. No one is safe. Are you ready to play? I mean, come on, it sounds great. I watched Lizzie's reactions in real time as she was reading it on a sprint and it sounded amazing. So I thought I would give it a go. This one I've been planning to read for a while. I found a second-hand copy of it. The Untold Lives of the Women Killed by Jack the Ripper. I've heard really amazing things as I've got into non-fiction. People have recommended this one, so I thought it would be a good read. And can I just say, I really love this cover. So next we have a publisher sent me this one early. It is sent by Chicken House, thank you for that. It's My Family and Other Romans by Marie Bosting. I've heard amazing things about this author's book. She also wrote Princess VMX, which I have and haven't had a chance to read yet. I love books about the Romans. I think when I was at school, when I was a teacher, it was always a real highlight. If you're a teacher teaching a Roman topic, this one, it just sounds absolutely brilliant. I'm Sylvia Fortuna Juno De Luca, half schoolgirl, half goddess. Yes, actual Roman goddess. But it all starts with Dad. He was messing around reenacting battles at Hadrian's Wall when, pow, he's transported to ancient Rome. I go after him because someone has to, and now the fate of my whole family rests on me. It sounds so good, it's so fun. I've heard it's very funny, so I'm adding this on to the read soon please pile. This one keeps coming up on my Instagram feed and tempting me. Nightmare Fuel, The Science of Horror Films. It's about why we like scary films, why we like to be scared. I just thought that sounded really interesting. At this point I'm going to have every single book on my read soon pile, so I'm going to have to narrow this down at some point. Next up, I've been really into reading classics lately. I absolutely loved Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. My friend Mia recommended My Cousin Rachel. Managed to find a second-hand copy of it in pretty good condition, so I thought I'd give this one a go. And while I was looking, I accidentally bought this Folio Society edition of The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy. This was a book I read when I was younger. I think I studied it. I used to go to drama lessons, it's a weird sidebar, and public speaking, and I studied this book as one of those exams, so I'd kind of like to reread it and see how it holds up. I can't really remember what this is on the cover. It looks kind of Wicker Man to me. I'm guessing that isn't what it's about. I love the folio editions. This isn't the most interesting one I've bought, but it was such a good deal. I thought I'd go for it. I also found these in a charity shop. I think these two were. I absolutely love Dracula. If I see new, oh no, I think I bought this one online. That one in charity shop. I love Dracula. If I see editions that I don't own of it, I just have to go for them. I think this one is illustrated too, which is one of the reasons I picked it up. See if I can find one of the illustrations. Oh, so it's got little illustrations here, and then I'm assuming it has some others within the text too. Next, a book that I don't really know how to explain. I saw Rosie Merrichild talking about this, Rosie Talbot. Patricia Wants to Cuddle. It is about an island that's a bit like Love Island or Bachelor in Paradise. There's one of these dating competitions. It's got down to the final few people who, I think it's, so 4 women who are trying to win a date with Jeremy the Catch. Sounds a bit ominous. And there is a creature on the island who apparently is called Patricia Wants to Cuddle. It sounds really interesting, and I thought I need to give that one a go just based on how completely random it sounds. My publisher UClan sent this one, The Black Air by Jennifer Lane. It comes out in September, and it is a book about witches, it says, in a remote village overshadowed by gruesome legend and ancient superstitions. Who can say what's real, what's not, and what should stay buried deep, deep inside your head? Sounds really interesting, so thank you for that, UClan. I also had a slight slip. I didn't really need any books from the works, but I had to go in and have a look. And I saw some books that, of course, the works are great at having books that are seen on TikTok quite often. So I picked up Your Atlas Sticks. Not the usual sort of thing I would go for, but so many people have read it at this point. I feel like I'm missing out if I don't. The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. Which just sounded really interesting. I don't think I've seen this one as much on social media. Florence Day is a ghostwriter with one big problem. She's supposed to be penning swoon-worthy novels for a famous romance author. After a bad breakup, Florence no longer believes in love. And when her strict but undeniably hot new editor Benji Andor refuses to give her an extension on her book deadline, Florence prepares to kiss her career goodbye. When tragedy strikes and Florence has to head home, the last thing she expects to see is a ghost at her front door. Not just any ghost, however, but the stern form of her still very hot, now unquestionably dead new editor. As sparks fly between them, Florence tells herself she can't be falling for a ghost, even an infuriatingly sexy one. But can Benji help Florence realise love isn't dead after all? Sounds very cool. And next we have the fine print, complete cover by, and seen it quite a lot on TikTok. I know it's romance. Dreamland Billionaires isn't normally the kind of subject heading I would go for, but I have read I've read a few like adult romance books and then really enjoyed them, so I think I'm going to try and get a little more into those. And then these are probably 2 of the most random books that I bought. I didn't seek these out, they were at a car boot sale on the same stall, and I thought this person had interesting taste. Dr. Dale's Zombie Dictionary, the A to Z Guide to Staying Alive. No idea what this is, it was just really cheap and I was interested. And even more bizarre, How to Survive a Sharknado. I think that this is tied into a horror film. I just thought that they sounded fun, so I'm going to give those a go at some point. Let's move the books around a little bit before I end up knocking this huge stack over. Next up we have, I still haven't read a Katrina Ward book, and yet I keep buying them. Sundial keeps coming up on my social media. Somebody on a sprint recommended this to me. I do think that there are a couple of content warnings in this, so if you're thinking about reading it, please check it out. I seem to think that there was something about animal cruelty maybe. It says do not miss this book by, Stephen King on the front, so when I looked it up I thought, I'm gonna have to listen to Stephen King and pick this one up. Next, can a girl have too many copies of Dracula? Because this is the 3rd one that I bought in this past couple of months. But look at it! If you're interested, this is the neon edition, so if you put Neon Dracula it comes up. I saw this on someone's social media and then accidentally fell and bought this Frankenstein too. Again, I think I probably have a few copies of Frankenstein, but they are the gothic classics, so I couldn't resist. Next up, I asked for recommendations of books about cults and serial killers, and this one came up. I now don't remember. I think this is about serial killer. It sounds really interesting, and it's a film starring Colin Firth and Reese Witherspoon called Devil's Knot, so I'll probably try and check out the film as well because I do like those 2 actors. And yeah, it says it's a true story of the West Memphis 3. I'm not going to read too much because I want to find out what that is all about. I jumped on the Daisy Jones bandwagon a little late. I watched the TV show and thought it was brilliant. Kind of broke my heart several times, I'll be honest, and I love a kind of mixed media found footage book. Had a flick and realised that was what this is, so I thought I'd give it a go. I think it's my first Taylor Jenkins Reid book as well. I own a few but haven't read any of them yet to see the pattern emerging in this video. Next, Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe was giving away this Kingfisher book. A House with Good Bones. I thought it sounded really interesting and I managed to win it. Hooray, so thank you, Olivia. It says, in this ordinary North Carolina suburb, family secrets are always in bloom. Samantha Montgomery pulls into the driveway of her family home to find a massive black vulture perched on the mailbox staring at the house. Inside, everything has changed. Gone is the eclectic warmth Sam expects. Instead, the walls are a sterile white. Now, it's very important to say grace before dinner, and her mother won't hear a word against Sam's long dead and little Miss Grandmother, who was the first to put down roots in this small southern town. The longer Sam stays, the stranger things get, and every day more vultures circle overhead. I mean, I feel really creeped out even reading the blurb, so I'm excited about that. Next we have Death of a Bookseller. Again, yes, I am a complete jump on the bandwagon person this month. I keep seeing people talking about it. It is meant to be funny, quirky, it's about books and murder, so kind of I was going to say two of my favourite things that came out wrong, but I am interested in them, shall we say. So yeah, I think this should be a good one. And next, on the subject of murder, I saw someone reading this on social media. I wish I could remember who'd recommended books to me. But this one is non-fiction, Kate Morgan, Murder the Biography. It is a book about the history and the legal history of murder. So I thought since I write about it, it might be good to know the actual legalities. So that is it for the huge haul. So now to the giveaway, what some people have probably been waiting for. I've had this copy of The Surface Breaks by Louise O'Neill for a while. It is signed. You know, and you know that a book sounds good, but it's just not something you're going to read. I love Louise O'Neill's books, but this isn't my usual kind of thing. So please, somebody who would appreciate this, take it off my hands. All you need to do is comment, tell me a book that you're excited about reading. If you've got a connection with Louise O'Neill books and you've read them before, you could tell me something about that. And please otherwise let me know in the comments if you've read anything good recently, if you have something to say about one of the books I've picked up and you think that I should get to it soon. And otherwise I think that's it for today. So thank you so much for listening, thank you for watching till the end, and hopefully you will like, subscribe and do the usual things, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!